Yo, what up, y'all? Thank y'all so much for dropping by, man. I'm about to let you guys know what's going down out here in these gaming streets. So, I want to talk about South of Midnight. Man, this game is crazy. I'm talking about like the graphics, the detail, just the map, just like everything, the surrounding, the environment. I know they took their time with this game. You could definitely tell, and I think everything was handcrafted as well. Especially like with is it the stop motion or whatever picture or whatever? It gives it this 3D effect slash 2D type of effect. Make it feel like it's like stagnant, but it's really not. That's just the purpose of the game because it was built like that. And I just thought that was really creative, and that's what I'm saying. Like we definitely got to get back to a place in gaming, whether it's single A, double A, triple A gaming, fun. This is what I like to see, bringing back fun. Yes, we see politics being pushed in gaming, woke stuff being pushed in gaming, that with diversity and things like that. We get all that. But if we can get back to a point where it's passion projects like this, you can definitely tell this was a passion project. That's why it's fun and it grabs you. Stories, we don't have very many stories like a Red Dead Redemption, like a Last of Us. You know what I'm saying? Like where these stories, they just grab you. Like a Gears 1 and 2. Like these stories, this is what we love. We love good storytelling, story-driven games. It could be open world as well, but I must like story-driven games where it just like it keeps you on the trail and you don't get too far off course where you kind of get like bored. This game keeps you locked in. Everything about it is cool. The atmosphere, the maps, it's just the detail. It's like every little detail in the game is awesome. And just to see the value that Game Pass and Xbox, PC Game Pass, this stuff brings you when the price of gaming is going up. Because we've seen what happened to PlayStation with the $70 games. Now you got Nintendo now coming out with their next generation console with Switch 2 going up $80 to $90. And I think they're trying to get rid of, mainly cartridges and all that stuff. Want to give you key codes and passwords and codes and everything to try to eliminate pirating. Because they like, oh, you pirating, you pirates. So we see what the gaming is trying to transition to, but we have a mixture of the old school gamers versus the new school gamers. So it's like a push and pull in gaming, and everybody's just like, okay, where are we really going? Like, where is gaming really taking off to? Because you have Xbox on one hand forced to give all their games to their competitor because they have to pay for Call of Duty Activision Blizzard deal, that $70 billion back. So Microsoft forcing them to give all their games to their competitors so they can make up all that $70 billion, pay that back. Now Nintendo is raising their price, saying that, I'm hearing through the grapevine, hey, that's why you had an old Switch. Go buy the old Switch. And everybody like, wait, what is going on in gaming? We need to get back to this. Focus on the game, not politics, not being greedy and grimy and shady and doing these little exclusive backdoor deals behind your competitor to stop other people from buying the game or buying a console that they would have probably bought if they would have locked things down like Spider-Man, Wolverine, for an example. So we need competitors like that like Sony need to step their game up. Xbox, keep on dropping bangers like this. You know what I'm saying? PC, keep on dropping bangers. Game Pass, keep on dropping bangers. Nintendo, keep on dropping bangers, but lower your price. Y'all taking this greed way too far. Yes, we get, they did this, they did that. You know what I'm saying? They put their foothold in the ground, in gaming, but this is what we need, more South of Midnight. We need more passion projects, people to go out on the limb and take chances and bring gaming back, because we're noticing things about gaming. We're getting too far away from that. And I hear a lot of bickering in the gaming industry and a lot of sensitivity. Like, people, you really can't say nothing anymore. Everybody's so sensitive and emotional now. Nobody really can speak their mind about what they want, how they feel like a game should go, and how they should present it to the people that really care about gaming. Like, you actually have diehard gamers, diehard fans. You have a loyal fan base. And this was what I've been trying to tell Xbox. When you drop bangers like South of Midnight and it grabs people, whether it's a AA or AAA, this is how you build that momentum going into next generation. You're not supposed to give games like this away, because now you can get it everywhere and it don't have the same value. So South of Midnight, big shout out to the creators, man. They did a tremendous job. And I see this right here was a passion project. And that's why I say I'm gonna go more on the positive side, because it's too much negativity around all the stuff that we love to do, and it's our hobby. And you know what I'm saying, a lot of people is kind of like trying to take that away from us, and we really don't need that right now. We need positivity, because we see on one end Xbox is forcing to give the games away. So a lot of people are going to go back to saying, well, Xbox really ain't got no games anymore. You know, only PlayStation, you know, and Nintendo got exclusives now. Again, now we're going back to the Xbox One generation. Because if you have your own studios like this, dropping bangers like this, like Hellblade 2, South of Midnight, you know, Indiana Jones, and then you say, hey, well, we need to pay that $70 billion back to Sony. We want these games to go to PS5 now. It's taking the value away from the box. And that's the point I was trying to make. And a lot of people are just like, I feel like they're trying to play both sides now, because they don't know what Xbox really going to do. Are they going to stay in the game, in the console division, or are they going to go multi-plat and just become a publisher? Are they going to become the next Sega? Nobody knows right now. They can pull the plug at any minute. They already said that they were debating on coming out with the Xbox Series S and X. They were going to pull the plug on Xbox but then they waited, because they knew they had a better plan side and play for Game Pass, but Game Pass really didn't hit like they wanted to hit when Call of Duty was dropping in there. And that's probably why it's taking so long for all the Activision Blizzard games to drop day one or drop into Game Pass. Like I really haven't seen Diablos of the world. I don't know where the hell is Overwatch. You know, if you own these people, are you trying to get us to download battle passes of the world? I'm just wondering. I know I be going on my little rants, but some of these things, like where are all of the Call of Duties? You know what I'm saying? Like, where is it? Are they trying to pour them all over at one time and just drop them? Are they trying to make their own, you know, page for Activision, Blizzard, King? You know, we don't know. But all I can say is, big shout out to South of Midnight, man. This game is awesome. It's creative. This is creativity, passion projects. This is what we need to get back to. Stop getting distracted by all of the woke trash out there, all of the politics, and let's get back to this, because there's so much potential in these type of games with the stop motion and just the creativity and building this little world. It just grabs you and it makes you want to play more and more. And it's like, man, if you finish the game, you're gonna be like, okay, is a DLC coming? Are they gonna add more to this or something like that? So we would definitely have to see, because it seems so awesome. So this is probably what we can look forward to for the next 5 years, like bangers. And we have so many more coming down the pipeline. So maybe in the next 2 years, hopefully we get an announcement for a part 2. I don't know, depending on how the game does, because they like, this is a smaller studio and they may want to move on to another project, probably because this passion projects take a lot out of you, like to build ground up, and you would definitely need the same people to come back, because if you don't, you end up with The Last of Us. You only stop at 2 and you just keep doing remakes and remasters, you know, and then it gets old after a while. You keep recycling the same game. So that's why you need to keep the same people. Look what happened to Batman. Everybody like, okay, now they going Suicide Squad, kill the Justice League. I know I'm going off topic, but I'm trying to make a point. You know, these type of games is what we need. And if we're going too far off course, and we're getting rid of the people that made it, and then you got politics coming in, cramming themselves in there, like distracting everything, and then it's like it's throwing everybody off. You know, it's throwing the balance of